Welcome back from Graphicxtras. In this tutorial I'm going to show you one of the plugins from the Andrews plugins selection, volume 1. Now I'm just going to go over to Photoshop. You can use it in Photoshop CC as well as Photoshop CS6, etc. It's only 32-bit, but I'm just going to go over now to the filter menu, and it can be found in the AP Blur. It's fuzzy, it's the fuzzy program. I'm just going to quickly set it back to reset. Now to actually see the changes, you can actually, I've just increased the size of the preview window to 50%, and just going to quickly go through some of the functions in the plugin. So just going to quickly go through various settings. The add setting, obviously make it just darker or lighter. The actual functionality is mainly about around the blur, so I'm just going to increase the blur. That's the blur setting. There's also a noise function, so you can just sort of add additional noise into the image. As well as intensity, again, it's an additional increase of. You can also tweak the mixing between the original channel and original channels and the effect. So I'm just going to show that. Just see it change slightly there. Just slightly green, slightly yellow. Right, well that's the initial thing. There's some actual settings here. You've got a drop down here with various mixing with green, mixing with blue, different mix. So you can just quickly run through those just so you can see the changes. Of course, depending on the other settings here, the blur and the add, the effect will be different. So sort of dark images there. Right, just going to increase that slightly. Now, there's also in all the plugins from in the Andrews plugins range, there's also blend options. There's also effect modes, and I'm just going to quickly show you the blend options. Just quickly going to go through one or two of those. So that's the invert, just color wrap, red, green channel, blue channel, overlay, and just quickly run through all the different settings so you can just see the different effects that are possible with the plugin. So not just the blurring effect, you can actually use it to create many other different color effects. So, and also there's randomization. Actually, that's one thing in these plugins, you've actually got randomization, so you can just click like blend and it just runs through different blending modes. You notice that changes there, just so it just goes through all the various different modes. Also you can apply effect modes, so instead of using the actual effect at the end point, it actually uses this in a blur mode or a sort of shift or paint mode. So you can create crazy different effects just by changing that, and that controls the intensity via the mode. So you can just drag that over, and the effect is actually, say, blended, so you can change that result over here via these settings here. Right, once you've done that, also I'm just going to quickly put it back to reset, so you can reset at any point. You can also blend color into the now I'm just going to show you these settings down here. You can actually make the thing look more red, blue, and so on and so on. So it just adds additional colour to the thing, and also you can randomise that, so you just go through them quickly and try different colour schemes out for your end result. Also, that you can actually apply a gradient or gradient blends into the mix. I'm just going to set it to gradient 5, so you can just go like that. Click through there. Basically, it's millions and millions of different colour effects can be overlaid onto the actual plugin effect. So that's a quick, easy way of doing that. You can also, of course, save all the settings. There's a save preset. Also, you can open. There's also presets supplied with the plugin, so you can go for it. Also, you can do various things like extreme, which basically just goes through. Basically, click it and just go through zillions and different end results. So you can create some really unusual color effects just by using all these different settings. Right, so that's the initial sort of things with the plugin. So obviously at this point I'm just going to reset it, just put it basic mode, click OK, just to show you that the actual plugin generates obviously end result. And then of course, as with all these things, you can fade, blurry, and obviously different blending modes. I'm not going to do that at that point. So that's the initial thing. Of course, at that point you can also go to the filter and just apply it again. Also, one good thing with recent versions of Photoshop, you can use the filter, convert for smart filters. That's what I'm just going to quickly do. So it's converting now to smart filters. So I'm just going to go back to the blur fuzzy. That's it. It's a Graphicxtras.com plugin, which you can find on the Graphicxtras website. And so that effect's applied there. Click OK. Effects applied, and you will see then in the smart filters it's actually saved over here, and so you can just double click on that and you can modify the effect, and of course you can also apply multiple blur fuzzies. So I'm just going to apply another one, click OK, and you will see the effects. You can build them up, move them around as you can with all smart filters. Of course you can also use Photoshop Actions, Photoshop Scripting, and a whole lot more with the plugins.